Roll the movie.
Know what that feels like? I see that every single day, but in pets all across the world. However, unlike humans who can voice their aches and pains, pets will show signs a little differently. Things like stiffness or difficulty getting up, limping or trembling, difficulty climbing furniture or stairs, or even just a lack of interest in going on walks now. Hi, my name is Dr. Zach Belsop, and I have a safe, natural, and proven solution for you. CBD, from a full spectrum hemp extract, has been proven to reduce pain and inflammation at the source, while also improving quality of life. But don't just take it from me. Research from both Baylor and Cornell University have recently come out supporting the claim that CBD helps improve quality of life when related to osteoarthritis. In addition, there are thousands of success stories all across America about the benefits of CBD for arthritis. And just like 14-year-old Odie here, who just 5 years ago couldn't run up and down the stairs, is now living a happier and healthier quality of life because of the benefits of CBD. For more information on how your pet can benefit from a full spectrum hemp extract, click the link below. Odie! Odie! Ah! CBD Dog Health, healing naturally.
Odie.
And Dr. Zach. Hello,
everybody. Welcome to Friday Night Live.
How's it Friday already?
I can't believe it. I feel like we were just together back in Florida doing our live last week.
I mean, what did we even talk about last week?
We talked about pain, and Dr. Zach was there with us.
It's all coming back to me. Yes.
Yes, Celine Dion, it is all coming back to you.
Hello, Susan, South Carolina. Thanks for coming again.
Hello, Zoobs.
Creation. Checking us out on YouTube, by the way. If you can also watch us on YouTube live. Hello. If anybody else is here, come say hi. We want to know where you're from. If you have pictures of your dogs, we want to see your dogs. If there's any issues, let us know. If you're using our products, let us know. If you've used other CBD products, you let us know. We want to know everything. So
yeah, and if you have any questions about CBD and holistic pet care, this is the place to get some live feedback. We love our animals and we love to talk about them and we love to share our knowledge with you. We work on a rescue in Florida. Oh my gosh, here's one of our rescues. This is River. And there we work with completely holistic methods to take care of these animals, which in a lot of cases, the vets have kind of given up on them and been like, well, I don't know what to do now. So, you know, the founder of CBD Dog Health, Angela Ardolino, she owns the Fireflake Farm and has kind of led this group of people down there to really spearhead this in that area.
Yeah, and as far as cannabis goes, both Angie and I graduated from the University of Vermont's medical cannabis program, and Carter, you graduated from
the College of Integrative Veterinary Therapies. Mm-hmm.
Yes, so we've all been pretty well trained in cannabis use and the cannabinoid system, and you know we still have so much to learn because it's a new field for everybody.
Yep. And there's new information coming out every day. We're constantly getting new studies, more and more specific, that give us just greater tools and greater specificity in how we can talk about how this is helping not only ourselves, but our animals.
Yeah, it's almost overwhelming. We get emails. I get an email once a week from Project CBD with all the newest research, anything with cannabinoid, whether it's humans or animals. And I mean, a list of like 70 new studies every week. So the good thing is that we're so close to passing legislation to get cannabis, so marijuana-based products, off of Schedule 1, which would mean that we'd be able to do real research on cannabis-derived products with even higher percentages of THC, which our dogs can benefit from too. The Farm Bill that legalized CBD has really helped us do research in that area, which has been incredible. But get this off of Schedule 1, you guys, we're going to see some incredible research.
Yeah, like I don't know if you guys know this, but until it became federally deregulated, the only place that could study cannabis was with cannabis grown from the University of Mississippi. Meanwhile, in the legal markets all around the country, strains were developing in Colorado and California. They were developing so much faster than this little university could even start growing them. So by the time it got out, by the time the information got out, it was already dated and not applicable. So we're getting more and more information all the time. New York just began to pass legalization for recreational cannabis, which leads to just more and more kind of openness, more availability of research for medical cannabis, which is really exciting.
Yeah, the future of cannabis, there's, for those of you who are new to cannabis, we talk about CBD and THC a lot, but there's hundreds of compounds that all work together. And the future of cannabis is finding out which specific compounds work best for specific issues. So we learn to breed these plants to different ratios of different compounds, and we have legality to go ahead and do research on those. I mean, it's pretty endless, the possibilities.
Yeah, it's so exciting. So exciting.
Who do we have here? Zoob said, I'm Veronica. My dog is the Husky Zeus.
Oh, yeah.
Still seizure. Yes, he's doing much better. No seizures.
No seizures. Go Zeus.
I know last time we spoke, it had been a few months that you were seizure free. So I can't wait to hear how he's doing. And Marie, hello. Heidi, hello.
Hi, Heidi.
Salt Lake City, Utah. I've been once. It is so beautiful there.
It is so beautiful. Yeah, I stopped there on my way to Florida last time.
Oh, that's right. Awesome. Cool. Well, we're going to talk today a little bit about CBD and bone health, whether it's fractures or bone diseases. This is some information that we actually discovered not too long ago, and it kind of rocked our worlds a little bit. Especially because one of our own dogs, Nina, is suffering from osteosarcoma, which is a really painful bone cancer. And
surprisingly common, actually. When we were doing our research into cancer, it was one of the most common cancers that dogs suffer from.
Especially large breed dogs. Yeah. So this was really, really, really awesome information that we have. And I can't wait to teach you guys. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free. Zoob says, yes, been few months. I have a channel, follow me. He's always in my videos. Awesome, Zoobs. We totally will.
Yeah, we will. Definitely.
I love that it's been a few months. How many seizures was he having? And was it for a while? I can't remember. I remember he was having multiple seizures.
Multiple seizures a day.
Yeah.
That was almost a year ago that we saw Zeus for the first time, I think. Oh, it feels like a long time ago.
It does. Hi, River. Hi. Do you want to say hi to your fans one more time?
I'm River's biggest fan.
Oh, River. River's 6 months old. He hasn't learned his manners yet, but we still love him. Okay.
Very much.
I gotta work. Zoob said, yes, been a few months. Oh, same thing. We already read that. Cool.
Let's talk about bones.
Bones. So where do we start? I mean, let's start, I guess, with fractures and how they happen. Wait, what did Zoob say? Oh, no, just more hearts.
Just cool. Love.
So fractures can happen from a number of things. It can happen with stress. It can happen with quick growth. It can happen with high force impacts. Of course, cancer and bone diseases. A really, really interesting fact for those of you who are familiar with the endocannabinoid system is that senior dogs generally have less receptors in their body as they get older, which makes sense. Because CB1 receptors are connected to bone growth as well. So senior dogs can be in a little bit more trouble when it comes to bone health. Did that hurt your big bone head? I think so. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was on the desk. And then, of course, diseases like osteosarcoma, the bone cancer, like osteoarthritis, can even produce microfractures. Obese dogs is definitely they're definitely at risk for fractures as well. Am I missing anything as far as
And then there's just you're like you said, but to reiterate, the deterioration that happens as dogs get older. Their bones just become more brittle. You stop producing new bone as you get older. Same, kind of the same with the rest of your body parts. You just regenerate a little bit slower, and that regeneration and repair kind of slows down, so things get a little bit more brittle, a little bit more prone to that breakage.
Yeah, we got some comments. Zoop says they went down to, he was having them the same time every month, and he would have maybe 3, and then that was it, and then they just kind of stopped, and so far so good. Yay! And Marie says, what is Zeus taking for seizures? The heel tincture he's taken. Kathy, where can I follow you guys? Right here.
Everywhere. Facebook, Instagram.
Yes.
Yeah, we're all over the place.
So cool. So you want to talk a little bit about bones in general?
Yeah. So bones, I mean, it's kind of incredible. The more that I read about bones and the way that the body kind of repairs and creates itself, it's really incredible. So bones are mostly comprised of these webs of collagen fibers. And so, they're slowly built into these kind of networks of fibers, and they're mostly made up primarily in their mineral content of, as we know, calcium and phosphorus. That's why we were always told, drink your milk as a kid, because milk is high in calcium, and that'll help for good bone health. And that is absolutely true. And so, that's mostly what gives bones their strength and their flexibility. So it's another reason, like we always say, that diet and nutrition is hugely important. So that your body has the materials that it needs when it goes into the phase where it starts to read the signs like, okay, I need to make more bone, that it has the tools that it needs to actually go through that and do that.
Yeah, especially like in a very active dog where, they're going to be running around a lot, and those bones have the ability to deteriorate pretty fast.
Yes.
Calcium and collagen are responsible for its strength and its flexibility. So if you have a really active dog, obviously it's going to be a little bit more prone to fractures and ailments.
Yeah, definitely. And so, the way that one of the ways that the body determines when it's going to create new bone and when it has enough bone is through the endocannabinoid system, which is something that we always talk about here. This is that innate system within the body. It's the master communication network throughout the body that controls a number of processes. So, these receptors that chemicals like CBD connect to, they're all throughout the body, but especially in the bones, as you can see on this diagram here.
Yeah. So, the endocannabinoid system is responsible for the regulation of bone cell activity and bone remodeling, actually. I didn't know until very recently.
Yep.
Literally all over our bodies, dogs' bodies, cats' bodies, everything.
Yeah.
Every single part of our body, every organ, every apparently bone.
Yeah. And it kind of makes sense as well. Like if you've come to some of our other lives here where we've talked about cancer, for instance, one of the main ways that the endocannabinoid system, which interacts with CBD, kind of works with cancer is it tells the body when it's produced enough cells and when it needs to produce less cells. So this is kind of the same way that it's working with bones, is it's instructing the body when it needs more cells and when to stop creating more cells. It's really responsible for growth and reproduction in the body and refreshing old cells and letting the ones that need to die go ahead and die.
Yep, exactly. We have some questions here. Kathy says, so giving raw goat's milk can help my boy who is 13 with severe osteoarthritis. Absolutely. Also, some bone broth would be really great.
Yep.
I just started giving him eggshell calcium. Awesome.
Yep.
So does it matter if it's hemp CBD or FECO? FECO. I thought
full extract cannabis oil, I think she probably means.
as long as the hemp CBD, as long as it's full spectrum CBD, so has that at around 0.3% THC and other cannabinoids in there and other terpenes, you don't want a broad spectrum. You don't want an isolate of CBD. You want all those cannabinoids working together. That's definitely going to help a lot with pain, inflammation, and bone health, as we'll continue chatting about.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, the difference between a hemp extract and a full cannabis extract is really just terminology that delineates how much THC is in there. Generally, for dogs, a CBD dominant tincture is going to be just fine. There are some cases where a little bit more THC is great. In the case where there's a lot of pain, but for the vast majority of animals, a hemp extract is going to be really, really all that they need.
Yeah, dogs actually have more receptors throughout their body and in their brain specifically for cannabis, which is why they don't need too much THC, but it is important to have at least traces of it. Unless we're talking about cancer, and then more THC is definitely awesome. Do you recommend a brand of CBD? Well,
yeah,
we are CBD Dog Health, which we are a full spectrum CBD line with other essential oils. Go through and read our reviews. Or people who are watching can tell you here, we care, and we love to learn, and we love to teach you guys, and we own a rescue farm, and the animals come first for us, for sure.
Definitely.
If you have any questions, Kathy, keep asking. Cool. So let's talk about these awesome studies.
Yeah, definitely. So we've got a lot of research recently, and most of it comes from, there's kind of a handful of really great reputable universities and scientific organizations around the world that are doing the research that we're bringing up every week. And one of the really big ones is in Israel, in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. And then another one that's done a lot of research into bone health is in the UK and Scotland. So, we have one here that found that this, I believe, was Israel, where they found that bones that had been healed in an animal where they were taking CBD, those fracture sites healed back faster and stronger than those who did not. So, it shows that by taking CBD, it's really encouraging those bones to reproduce more quickly, to reproduce those cells, to turn over new cells in response to an area of damage, which is kind of one of the amazing things about the endocannabinoid system. It's able to detect an area of need and respond to it. That's why we call it an adaptogen. It's this class of herbal and plant medicines that finds a need and adapts its purpose and its focus to fill that need.
And sometimes the natural body's endocannabinoid systems aren't enough to help that specific need, which is where these outside components like phytocannabinoids, which is what CBD and THC are, come in to kind of help facilitate and help the issue at hand.
Yeah. Yeah. So, this applies to humans as well.
Mm-hmm.
You were to have a broken bone, this would apply to you too. Your bones will heal back faster and stronger. Like, for instance, Tracy from Glacier Peak Holistics, she broke her arm and was taking our heal tincture, and healed way faster than she had before.
Yeah, and these studies were done on mice, and they used both CBD and THC. I think it was about an 8-week study that they did on these fractures. And the fact that not only did they heal faster, but came back stronger so that they're more resistant to future fractures is pretty freaking unreal.
Yeah.
And it's doing this by helping to produce more collagen, which is the main protein involved in bones.
Right. Yes. The study found that CBD encouraged the production of collagen, which is awesome.
And also great for your skin.
Great for your skin. Yes. I'm 87 years old.
Stupid.
That's your joke. You always say that one.
I do. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, and in the cancer study that we talked about a few weeks ago, which was done specifically on canine cancer cells, actually the one that showed the most success with CBD is osteosarcoma, which is a bone cancer. And it makes so much sense to me now that, of course, we know that CBD and THC can help kill cancer cells and help stop the spreading. But now we know that it's also helping strengthen the bone itself. So it just makes so much sense.
Yeah. It's so fascinating. Can I rub it on my face? Absolutely. I do.
Yeah, you do actually.
I do. Yeah. I use CBD dog oils on my face.
Yeah, I have very sensitive skin, so I'm scared of using the oil itself, but I do want to start playing with some CBD on my skin regimen.
Yeah,
sure.
It's pretty great. The other ways that CBD helps with bones is it increases bone density. So, again, this really, it increases bone density, prevents mineral loss, and reduces bone reabsorption. So all of this really, these kind of three characteristics are especially applicable to osteoporosis and for older dogs that are getting older, that are just having that kind of natural loss of bone density, strength, and resilience as time goes on. These qualities of CBD, they really help to keep those bones strong. So this is preventative. Before, when we're talking about repairing from fractures, that's after the fact. This really is about, like, if you've got a dog that's starting to get old, or that you're seeing getting a little bit frail, a little bit more achy, this is something that you can do to really protect them from having that fall that could debilitate them. So yeah, do we have a graphic about the bone reabsorption?
Yes, we do. I forgot to get that. Hold on. You keep talking while I.
Yeah. So the bone reabsorption concept is similar to with cancer. The cells in your body have a natural life cycle, and at a certain point, that cycle needs to end because they get old and they start malfunctioning. So the body naturally starts taking them away. But the body can be overactive and be taking away too many cells, or not be producing enough new cells that it's replacing the ones that need to be there. So what CBD and the other compounds found in a full spectrum hemp extract can do is they're able to maintain that, maintain the reproduction, and stop the over kind of poaching of those cells, so you don't lose bone density. This graphic just kind of shows, it's a little bit hard to read here.
Sorry, I can't find a way to get it out of this.
That's okay. But you want to have a balance between the formation of new bone and the reabsorption of old bone, so that, where osteoporosis comes in is when bone is being reabsorbed and kind of taken away faster than new bone is being produced. And in that case, over time, you get deterioration and you start losing bone density. You want it to be in balance, where you're at the same rate, both creating new bone and getting rid of the bone that doesn't need to be there anymore, that has reached its kind of lifespan and has to go over the rainbow bridge of bone.
And this just goes with everything that we talk about with CBD, with preventative care, with animals, for yourself, is just, using these kind of things before the problem arises to make sure it doesn't happen is keeps getting proven over and over again.
Yeah,
our natural endocannabinoid system, our dog's natural endocannabinoid system, is going to have deficiencies, and if we can fill those before it causes huge problems, we're going to be a lot healthier, a lot less pain in life.
Yeah,
a lot of comments. Heidi says, I've been using your products for my own pain, Heo, and I was wondering, are there any medications or conditions where you shouldn't use the product? I originally bought your product for my 12-year-old pup with bladder cancer, but she refuses to take it. So I chose to use the Charlotte's Web capsules because I can shove it into the back of her throat. I decided to use your product for myself because I have chronic pain myself, but when I use it, I get really bad gas and pain in my
stomach.
First of all, for your pup, I'm glad you're getting any CBD in there at all. Just know that a capsule is going to be a lot less available to go into their bloodstream. So that 25 milligrams, the difference between a 25 milligram capsule through the stomach and 25 milligram tincture through, let's say, the gums, is going to be that you're going to get more CBD into the bloodstream through the gums than you would in a capsule. So you're going to have to give more of the capsule to get the same amount. As long as you're getting some CBD in there, if that's the only way you can do it, we're thrilled. Just know that it is very different. For you, I'm surprised, bad gas and pain. I mean, it's not the CBD, it'd be the carrier oil that maybe you're having some issues with, which in my Carter, I think the only thing to do is to microdose, take small amounts throughout the day so that the less oil that is going into your system, the better.
Yeah.
Also, if you're swallowing it, that might not be helping. So I would take the microdose and put it under your tongue and let it dissolve as much as you can for about 2 minutes. Usually, the less you swallow and the more it absorbs, the better it's going to get into your bloodstream and the less oil into your stomach.
And eat it with a fatty food.
Oh, yeah.
Studies show that when you consume CBD, even when you're using it sublingually, if you're consuming it with a fatty food, whatever does end up in your stomach is going to be better absorbed, because CBD, a cannabis extract, is a fat-soluble molecule. It attaches to fat better throughout the gut and will be able to be processed better. So don't worry about taking it on an empty stomach. It's actually better to do it with something fatty in your stomach.
Yeah.
Maybe that can help. Have neutral foods in your stomach. So like oats and peanut butter would be really good.
Yeah.
Fat and something neutral and absorbent.
Totally. And then as far as medical conditions that you shouldn't take the product, not that we're aware of. There's different research going on for different things, but not that we're aware of. Carter, do you have anything to say about that?
I mean, there are some cases where, in all cases where CBD can have some sort of interaction with a different condition, it's pretty minor. And as long as you're being conservative with your dose as you figure out your sensitivity, it's not a huge deal. With steroids, they can increase the potency and half-life of steroids in your bloodstream. If you have different heart conditions, it can somewhat affect your blood pressure, but that really is only at super high doses and something that you could avoid very easily by just taking a smaller dose as you get used to it. So it's quite safe to do with really any condition, and has so many far-reaching benefits and interconnected balancing factors for your health and wellness that it's crazy to say, but there really are so many different things that it can be applicable for, and very few things that it's dangerous against.
Yeah. Kathy says, yes, I use CBD for one of my rescue Roddies who I saved with mammary cancer and osteosarcoma, and I bought me another year and 7 months with her. Oh,
wow.
Awesome, Kathy.
That's great news.
So
thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thank you so much. Tracy Espinoza says, listen up, ladies. CBD increases bone density. Way better than the crappy calcium supplements our doctors suggest.
Tracy's my favorite. Listen up, ladies.
And she's not wrong.
No.
Christine Liu says, do you have any studies that putting CBD on gums is more effective than ingesting it? Yes, we do. Sam, the How to Administer blog, if you can post that, and within there's a study, and it actually shows a graphic, 3 different methods of through the gums, ingesting it, and through the ear, transdermal. Mm-hmm. And through the gums was not only gave you the most CBD into your bloodstream, but it got there the fastest. Always, it's just the best way, not the only way, the best way. But we'll post that blog, and within there is a link to that research.
Yeah, and undoubtedly, you're putting the oil on your dog's gums. It's a dog, slobber, they're gonna swallow it. But the more that you can bring into contact with that mucous membrane that is their gums, it is absorbed by the capillaries in there and goes right into the bloodstream. So it's just more effective. Whereas if it has to go through the gut, it goes through what's called the first pass of the liver, which is made to break things down. It's supposed to destroy these compounds, and it does a really good job of it. So you just kind of want to avoid that as much as you can. It's not the worst. You will still get something out of it. Better to have it on the food or have it just swallow it than nothing. But do your best to have it on the gums.
Yeah, I'm trying to find where in here.
And Kathy asks what our carrier oil is. We use MCT3 oil from Cocoa Therapy, which is a really fantastic, many generations old coconut family that makes really great, high quality coconut MCT oil for pets.
Where is that study? Why can't I find it? Hold on 1 second. I just want to get it for her. It's somewhere in that blog, and for some reason I can't find it, so I'm going to find it here instead. I think it's this guy.
Yeah, and in that study, they're actually using the capsules. They're using an oral tincture. They're using capsules as an ingestible, and then an oil for transdermal application. And the gums they find is the most effective as well.
Yeah, I found it. I am posting it right here. Here is the
awesome.
Yeah. Christine says, I love Cocoa Therapy. Yeah, so
me too. Yeah, me too.
Just like CBD, not all coconut oil is created equal.
Yes.
And, they really go above and beyond to make sure they have pure, beautiful coconut oil.
Yeah. I can taste the difference too. Like I have gone from like being like, oh, but that's a pet product to like, I now most of the time, if it's a high quality pet product, I trust it more than the human products. And Cocoa Therapy is no exception to that. Like I know that their oil is incredible. You can taste the difference between that and a regular MCT. It's really great stuff.
And the two women who founded it are just beautiful.
Gorgeous.
So smart. And I mean, you can ask them anything about coconut oil and they will break it down for you. So
yeah. Powerhouses.
Yeah. Cool. And then, of course, the other way that CBD and the endocannabinoid system is going to help with bone diseases and bone fractures is with pain and inflammation, which we've spoken about many times before. Something like osteoarthritis, of course, is caused by inflammation. And then CBD and THC actually talk to the central nervous system to help how you even feel the perception of pain. So while you're actually helping most root pain problems, which is inflammation, you're also it's also helping your central nervous system with the perception of pain. So that's our thing here is quality of life is number one. Of course, we hope that CBD and THC can help reduce the cancer or get rid of it or help your bone fracture heal faster. But number one is creating an amazing quality of life, making sure that they're pain-free and comfortable. And while they're dealing with whatever it is that they're dealing, they're okay. And they're not having to be loaded up with pharmaceuticals every day. That's just kind of suppressing the immune system and killing the liver. Not saying that there's no room for pharmaceuticals. Sometimes, we obviously, extreme cases need something to help mitigate that one problem right here and there. But most of them are not meant to be used long-term and don't get to the root of the problem. It's just a Band-Aid on the issue.
Right. And to your point, about the quality of life and reducing pain, by reducing pain, so often we find the body is able to kind of take its attention off of that feeling and actually start healing again. So, one of the ways that works, especially for something like bone health, is if the animal is no longer in pain, if your pet's no longer in pain, then they're able to go on a walk again. They're able to go up and down the stairs again. They're able to get around again and start rebuilding perhaps some muscle density that has been lost because before it might have been too painful to get around. And by building that muscle density, by building the support around those joints and those bones, there's less chance for further injury because of instability or them falling or or the cartilage allowing the bone to rub. So less pain means more muscle density and more of them being able to work.
Yeah, and then of course we have some amazing research going on. These two from Cornell and Baylor, showing the effects of CBD on osteoarthritis with increased comfort and activity in dogs with osteoarthritis, a better quality of life, can greatly reduce the production of inflammatory molecules. It's just, so not only do we have the stories and the anecdotal evidence, but we are finally starting to have some amazing research come out as well on dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Heidi says, I trust pet products more for human consumption too. High quality, knowing they are omitting all the garbage and poisonous sugar alternatives that they feel free to add to most human products. And that's why I trust your products.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of products in my personal cabinet, not even my dog's cabinet, is hilarious.
Yeah.
It says, I'm using now Heal CBD for soft tissue sarcoma on my boxer who is almost 8 years old. I was wondering if that can also help my dog boxer with
Epulus
on her gums.
Yeah. So that's like I think it's a benign tumor on the gums that can just kind of fill up their mouth, and it's pretty uncomfortable. But this is same, even though it's benign, similar kind of idea goes with the anti-neoplastic properties of CBD, and especially because you're going to be able to apply that oil in a localized way to the epulus. Absolutely, I would definitely put it right onto that thing, apply it topically to the site, and then it's going to be absorbed in the bloodstream and start fighting it systemically. Increasing apoptosis, encouraging your pet's immune system to target those cells that are overproducing and creating these kinds of tumors and formations. It may be something that is a little bit slow going, but be consistent with it, and over time, at the very least, you may be able to slow its growth down and prevent it from spreading, metastasizing, or growing any larger.
And just keeping them pain-free.
And keeping them pain-free. Yeah. It's hard, I never want to say like, do this and everything's going to change and everything's going to get better. That it's different for every dog. It depends on their metabolism. It depends on what their disease processes are. And I'm not a veterinarian, I can't say this, but what we know about the properties of CBD are that it helps a lot with these kinds of tumors. So there's no way it's going to hurt. And there's a lot of evidence and a ton of experiences where pet parents have done really well on this for their animals. So I think it's definitely worth a try.
Yeah. Actually, I'm reading this here. A study conducted on rats with a chronic gum disease that leads to bone destruction showed that CBD correlated with decreased inflammation and reduced bone loss.
Cool.
Just keeps going.
Cool.
It never ends. Again, it never ends. Everything that this plant can do because of the endocannabinoid system. It always starts with the endocannabinoid system that takes control of every single part of our body. So that's why CBD and other cannabinoids can do so much.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
So we talked about kind of a lot.
We did. Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah. If you have any other questions, even not about bone health, about just your dogs,
cats, horses.
Yeah.
Also, next week we'll have some pretty fun announcements with some new products coming out. So
yes,
so definitely come check that out. Maria Reed says, I'm using Heal and Remedy for a large MTT with spindle cells on his leg. Yay. Maria, if you can take before and after photos, you have no idea how much that would help us. We have, Sam, if you could post Miss Daisy's blog. If you haven't seen it, you'll see something. It's kind of gross, but you'll see the reduction of this tumor on her spine, and having those before and afters to show people this is what can happen to your dog. You don't have to go through surgery. You don't have to put them through pain. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars. It really helps us.
Yeah, definitely.
And yay, new products. Heidi says, you guys are awesome.
Thanks, Heidi. Appreciate it.
we love that you guys are here every week and asking these questions and taking total control of your dog's health and lives. And hopefully you're also taking in everything that we're saying for you, because this all applies to you as well.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. We have the same endocannabinoid system as our dogs. You know, we're a little bit different, but in more ways than kind of we ever imagined before. We share so much with our animals. And we can learn from them, and they can benefit from what we know about our own health.
Yep, totally.
Cool.
All right. Well, this is another Friday night.
This is goodbye.
This is goodbye. Hattie says, and I love that you guys are doing for our beautiful fur babies. Well, we love it
too.
Yes. Next week we are talking about allergies.
Allergies, the big one. It's coming in spring season. This is when they start heating up. And, it's honestly my favorite thing to talk about.
Really? I mean,
yeah, because it's so complicated, but like there are so many different things you can do, and it's just to help people crack something that seems so impossible is really rewarding, and we've had so much success with it. It's cool.
The number one reason dogs are euthanized every year is because of allergies.
Right. Yeah.
Dogs put down because of allergies.
I know. You would have been put down if you were a dog with your allergies. You'd have been put down years ago.
Yeah, you guys, there's other alternatives other than Apoquil and steroids, and there's it's called CBD. So tune in next week, and we'll chat all about it. We'll show you some before and after photos, tell you some cool success stories, and talk to you guys about new products coming out. Susan says, I need that one for my dog who has allergies. Put him on ease for it. Awesome, Susan. Keep going. Let us know how it goes. Kathy, I've got to make sure I watch all your lives. This is the first time I've ever caught one. I'll have to keep checking because I do rescue and have so many dogs with so many medical conditions. Awesome, Kathy. Sometimes it's Carter and I. Sometimes it's our founder, Angela Ardolino. Sometimes it's our chief veterinarian, Dr. Zach. But we will be here every Friday.
And we post our schedule for the month, so you can kind of check ahead of time and see which ones are the ones that you need to know about. And everything is available after the fact on the website if you happen to miss it. Oftentimes we do giveaways during the live though, so make sure you tune in so you can sign up for those and get your questions asked or answered here in person by us.
Yes.
And for sarcoptic mange, I would recommend the Remedy Salve.
100%. I was just doing so much research into mange for horses. Remedy Salve for sure. Tracy Espinosa says, I'm taking the summer off, buying a bunch of notebooks and plan to watch and learn everything CBD dog health. Tracy!
Yeah, Tracy!
Yes. Come to Tampa.
Seriously.
Cool. You guys can reach us on Facebook Messenger. You can reach us on our website. We have a messenger. You can reach us on Instagram. You can reach us at email, support@cbddoghealth.com. On YouTube, anywhere else? I think that's it. Yeah.
Twitter, but
Twitter, I know. Oh, God, I never use that. We have to get better about Twitter.
We don't need to tweet.
Don't have to talk. Any questions you guys have? We have a team really always working and ready to help you guys out. And if you're looking for a veterinarian, we have consultations, which we'll post a link with Dr. Zach Pilosoff and Angela Ardolino. We'll get together, look at all the dog's blood work, come up with a holistic protocol, and help your babe heal naturally. We have a CBD and holistic pet group on Facebook.
If you're not part of it, definitely doing that.
Let's post that. We got to start talking more about that. It's thousands of pet parents posting their questions and their success stories, and we all learn from each other. Carter moderates the group, and Angie, Zach, and I are in there all the time. So join the group if you haven't, and we'll see you guys next week. Anne Marie says, yep, the consultations are great. Woo! Yay. Awesome. All right, everybody.
Okay.
Goodbye one more time.
Dogs are ready. Bye, everybody. Have a good weekend, River. I miss you.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Okay. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend.
And
Bye.